Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. I'm stoked you're here. Quick shout out, thank you to all the channel members. Thank you guys so much, you gals, all of you. And thank you for anybody who's found their way in to check out the knife, the EDC content. I appreciate it. If you're so inclined and haven't had a chance yet, please hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon. It'll notify you when new things happen, but it'll really help me out. Today, I have got a knife that is a value knife from Kizer that has absolutely won my heart. So much so that it's a keeper. This is the Kizer Banish. If it looks familiar, it's because it's a collaboration with Jacob Lundquist, who did the Cuvist variant PE and the Cuvist Vanish. So it utilizes that same style. 14C 28N blade. You've got Jacob's maker's mark there. Got the Kizer maker's mark there. My variation that Kizer sent out to me is the black wash blade or black coated blade and the black micarta handles that really wore in nicely. This knife never had button stick. It's super smooth for a very light blade. It has the front flipper that the variant PE2 had. But you just hit that button. The blade's very light, snappy. I'm horizontal, but the action on it is really, really nice. This is a fifth, this kind of splits the difference between a fifth pocket knife and a primary carry knife. For example, if I was going to the office and I knew that I might have to open a few Staples boxes or something like that, I might have to do my daily tasks, this would be more than enough for a daily EDC. If I was going to go on a long-term hike, it would be more of a fifth carry knife. But the nice thing is it kind of fills both of those areas. Or it could be the knife that sits on your table that you use as a utility knife, that you use as a package opener. Because, guys, this knife retails for 45 bucks. Yes, it's more expensive than a Moirel, but it's a small little package. Super elegant if you're a Lundquist fan. We'll look at some other knives here in a second. And from the factory, guys, and I apologize, it's a therapeutic slicer. So I'll go into my trance mode. It's got that nice Lundquist blade. But it is uber slicey. I think I've got a little more cardboard. Let's see what I've got left over here from my knife box that I've been cutting up. And so far, which is the kiss of death, I've not cut my hand off yet. And guys, I've cut a lot with this little knife before this review. And let me take it back to the paper after this. The edge seems to hold up very well. Let's get this crap out of the way. Get our Be Up sticker back in frame. Thank you, Joe Isabella. And let's get a little more of our paper. And it's just as much as a laser beam as it was. I'm very impressed with the 14C and this little Banshee. The button lock, again, no stick, all black hardware, blacked out blade, $45. I'll leave a couple of affiliate links. I'll leave one to the Kizer store, and I think Blade HQ has it in stock. I'll leave a link to there. The prices are the same, that map price. You've got a steel deep carry clip, a really nice little front flipper that doesn't protrude that far. So I'm not a front flipper guy, as y'all know, but I can do an easy reach around because it's a smaller knife. So if I want to do the reach around, I can. If I want to front flip it regularly, I can, but as you guys know, my least favorite type of opening mechanism is the front flipper. So I prefer the middle finger flick, which is dialed. You could also thumb flick it, which I hate because it just feels foreign. I just pop it like that. So anyway, the little Banshee. Let's do a couple of quick size comparisons before we get some weights on this little bad boy and some measurements. Got to show off the Sawtooth Dave hollow grind, to which it's much smaller than. And I think we did this in the unboxing. I think it's just a little bit longer than the Baby Banter. Maybe the same size. We'll call it the same size as the Baby Banter. But I know it was a little bit larger than. What I wanted to show you is I gave away the first variant that I gave it away in the Friday Night Flicks. But this is my titanium variant PE frame lock in 20 CV. But when you look at the design, the flipper tab is designed almost identically. It's the smaller version like the slip joint, which we'll look at in a second. Has a reversible clip like the original. It's button lock instead of a frame lock. But the actuation feels very, very similar. See me going for that frame lock? Because I'm an idiot. And then I've got the little Vanish, which is the slip joint. So what I was surprised, I thought that the slip joint was going to be the same size as the Banish, but I was pleasantly surprised to find out that the Banish is right at that size. So the Banish and the Vanish, which is a slip joint, are the same size. The variant PE, which is the, I guess you call it the medium size, which is the largest in the line right now, Jacobs knives. These are two QVIS designs, which are Jacobs' company, and this is the partnership with Kizer, and I think they executed it perfectly. I think it's a beautiful knife. I'm much more impressed with it than I thought I would be. As you guys know, my jam has changed a little bit in what I carry, what I enjoy, but you know that I'm really impressed with the Phoenix, with the Veritas, with the Mercury, and you know that my collection started almost exclusively out of Kizer's. But this little guy, I would say, would fall into that Vanguard series price point. Micarta, steel liners. You don't have any weight relief, but you don't need it because it's a small knife and it feels good in the hand. You've got plenty of grip for a small knife. You've got this 14C 28-inch blade, DLC coated or PVD coated or whatever. It's black. And I think it's a real winner. Let's do a couple of quick measurements with my Javon tape measure. And we will learn that this knife is right under 5.5 inches, between 5 3/4 and 5.5, or hold on, right under 5.5 inches, between 5 1/4 and 5.5. And the blade is roughly over 2 1/4 with a 2 1/4 inch cutting edge. The handle comes in at 3 inches. Where I grab the knife, which is right here, to right here where the back sway back starts, is going to be right about 3 inches, because your pinky can go right there and you're not wrapping it. Does not have a lanyard hole, doesn't need one. Small 5th pocket carry knife, or a knife that you could realistically put it in a slip, carry it like a slip joint. Or if you're using it for your urban EDC, you're using it as a work knife, you're using it to go to the art festival where you're not going to need a horror use knife, this might be a great little tool to have, because again, it doesn't look threatening, doesn't look very knifey. I can slow roll it out if I don't want to flip anybody out. I can two-hand it out if I don't want to freak anybody out. Or if I just need to get it in a pinch and it's not a big deal, I can just flick it out. Great, great job, Kizer. I think this little Banish is a win. I can highly recommend it. You can Google it and find it, but I will leave links that would help the channel if you choose to use them down below for this little knife. And they are in stock right now, I think. And this is the only variation I think they come in. So I think if they see that they sell a good number of them, they'll probably bring them back in other colors. But I can tell you it's a winner. My variation is great, and the great thing about Kizer, if you get one and maybe I'll leave an Amazon link there too for some of you who prefer to shop at Amazon. But once you get a knife, if you do get one that's not a perfect specimen that has a button stick, which mine doesn't at all, I don't know if you can hear that, but there's nothing to hear. You can always return it and get another one, but I don't anticipate that being a problem because Kizer does button locks as good as anybody. And this is a great little knife. Lastly, let's just see how much it weighs. I know it's going to weigh less than, whoops, I'm guessing it's going to weigh less than the titanium Banish by a lot. That's 2.15 ounces. 2.25 ounces, I was wrong. So the Micarta with the steel liners is 2.25 ounces, but you've got a 2 1/4 inch blade, which means for you blade to weight ratio chillins, that one works perfectly in that, whatever you want to call it, ratio. So that is the Kizer knives Banish. I want to thank Kizer for sending it along for me to check out. I'm a big fan, but that was not a big surprise to me because I'm a big fan in Jacob. I've even, let me break out one other Jacob Lundquist creation I have right here, if I can do it without falling, and kind of give you my whole Jacob Lundquist breakdown here. I even picked up his beard comb. There's also a little pry bar, can opener, and a, see his logo right there. But yeah, guys, I'm a big fan of his designs. Really glad to see he and Kizer partner up on this. I love what they did with it. I can highly recommend it. I would ask you guys to check it out. There'll be links in the description. I love each and every one of you. Be up. Please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. And always, when possible, choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.